Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another spiritualistic pick a card reading. Today I am channeling a message to you from Andromeda. So, as always, I'd like to thank you so much for being here and let you know that you are so extremely loved. Please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear channel. And as you exhale, allow yourself to come into knowing which group or groups has a message in it for you today. We have group number 1 on the left, group number 2 in the center, and group number 3 on the right. As always, the timestamps are listed below in the description box, as well as all of my other information. And I'm sending you lots of love. I'll see you at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, group 1. Namaste, and welcome to your channeled message from Andromeda. You selected the first group, and the card that you selected is Middle World with the number 36. This is beautiful. These are both very grounded numbers. This is air and earth. This is the past into the present. The middle world indicates like Vedanta, the communion of everything, and the physical earth. And they're also drawing my attention here to the tree of life and the roots, as well as the crows flying from where I'm standing south. This lets me know that you are releasing some energies of the past and welcoming in some new beautiful energies in the current moment. But I'd like to draw attention back to the non-dualism and paradoxically dualism of the middle world. What they mean by this is that this is a realm where there exists both light and shadow, but these are all refractions of the same energies. They're just different sides of the same coin. And so the whole picture here is perfectly balanced. With the middle world card and the number 6, we do have this coming out to a 9, 3, 6, 9 Tesla's numbers, indicating that there is some sort of timeline work that you might be doing right now, transversing time and space, or alternatively, the fourth dimension, the realm of your experience, which is time-space or space-time in quantum mechanics. And you will notice that, as we know, the past and the future are coded into the present moment, and that internal work that goes with that awareness is exactly how you quantum leap. So Andromeda wants to come through to let you know that you have been making quantum changes in your life. You have been doing cellular healing, and they're very much aware of the work that you've been doing behind the scenes and internally. You might be noticing that your physical realm is manifesting a little bit differently than you're used to. And if you've been noticing recently some changes to your timeline, you are not incorrect. Okay? Andromeda is trying to make certain things very obvious to you so that you are understanding how quickly the changes that you're making internally are permeating externally. Okay. Messages from Andromeda to group number 1. You're shifting timelines. You're helping this collective shift timelines as well. Something about healing Gaia, sending energy to the being of Gaia, not just the planet Earth being her third dimensional incarnation, but actually the whole being of Gaia, which is all encompassing. So tapping into the energy of her being. Andromeda has a very close connection with the being of Gaia. And Andromeda would like you to tap in with her as well. Now there's a crow outside my window. It's flying northwest, which lets me know that there's some sort of healing when it comes to your connection with time and space, with Mother Gaia, with expression of feminine energy, or opening up your heart chakra. Okay, interesting. We have the 8 of Swords. There's nothing to put it back, so I will. 4 of Cups, 8 of Swords. Okay. You may feel as though if you're timeline hopping or doing some quantum work, you might feel as though you need to keep it close to your chest, or that you don't have a proper outlet for these energies. And Andromeda is saying, don't worry, this is coming soon. For when you tap into these other realms, you'll be surprised who you're meeting there. Okay, 3 of Wands and the 5 of Cups, culminating in a number 8, with the 4 is a number 12. You're closing out a cycle of waiting, and releasing. Okay, we know the ascension process. Heal, release, ascend, right? You've healed, you've released, you've ascended, and now you're there. You're no longer looking. What you're releasing is there being a next step. And of course, there's always something bigger to tap into. There's always something greater, but there is some sort of Empress at the bottom of the deck there is some sort of creativity, some sort of creation, some sort of something that you wanted to nurture, a project you wanted to bring into fruition, perhaps a collaboration or some sort of being. Now the Empress, this is literally Mother Gaia, right? With the ocean and the moon, the connectivity here, you are noticing the connectivity between all things, and you are culminating exactly the outcome that you would like. Now, apart from just manifesting, you are recognizing that you are already in the chapter of life that you've been trying to get to for a while, and you're kind of at this place where you have so much magic within, so much ability, so much space, that you are being asked to get more creative. Now, on the other side of this, Andromeda is saying that there is some sort of special gift or ability that you have been either hiding, keeping close to your chest, or haven't practiced in a while, and they're encouraging you to get back to this. Some of you, you're an artist. Some of you, this is a spiritual gift or a gift in the spiritual realms. Others of you, this is a connectivity or a practice, such as they're showing me quite similarly to this card, okay? Somebody who is sitting in a circle of candles, somebody who is drawing sigils. They're showing me Horus as well. The Eye of Horus can be significant. There is something here where you were waiting for a particular time, like the green light, the go, or a particular period of time. This has arrived now. So you're actually releasing this forward-thinking energy because everything is on top of you right now. You're being asked to go for it and move outside of what would normally be your comfort zone because you're noticing you have more space in these areas. Andromeda wants you to be aware of who is currently around you, who's currently in your life at this time. It's more important than you think it is. Also, the color blue is coming up. Blue relates to the throat chakra, the number 5, the zodiac sign of Leo, our expression, and our inner child, as well as Satya, the truth, okay, as well as Bhakti, devotion to truth. Okay. When it comes to your physical home, you might be feeling the need to travel, or maybe you've been trying to move for a while. These changes are going to be welcomed, and they're going to be occurring sooner than you think. There's also an opportunity here for you to network with another master of your craft, whatever this is. There's some sort of they're showing me this, and it's like a walking stick, a hiking stick, a magical, like shamanic staff in certain cultures. They're also showing me a didgeridoo. Okay, there's something here about now the wand, but here how it's portrayed as a stick as opposed to a wand. There's something significant about that, and they're showing me the slingshot shape here. Something seemed like it was being pulled back. You felt friction in a particular area of life, and this is because once you get on this ship that you're waiting for here with the 3 of Wands, once you hit this point in life alchemically, vibrationally, things are going to move very quickly. It's going to speed up, and you're starting to recognize that this chapter of life has opened and things are speeding up. Now your inner child wants to release some truths back to you. Notice that she's dumping out this cup full of rainbows, but it's going into a rabbit hole, kind of like Alice in Wonderland. Now, your inner child wants to lead you back through a rabbit hole that you remember, but have suppressed. But I'm getting that you've been reopening this up lately. Andromeda is saying this is no accident. Okay, there's a reason for this. They put a protective shield over you so that you didn't get too, they're saying, blinded by the light or burned by the sun. Okay, now you're noticing that you have been protected when it comes to your home, your heart chakra, your finances. You're noticing that your angel spirits, guides, and Andromeda particularly, they've been leading you towards certain types of art. They've been literally dragging people out of your life by their ears. They have been putting people right in front of your face, sporadically, spontaneously, synchronistically. And on top of this, they're showing me triangles very specifically, okay? The triangles with the Tree of Life, with the 4 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the Empress. Okay, this is all creation. This is part of the grand creator plan. Now, you've been co-creating something, but there seems like you've been doing a little bit extra elbow grease here. And Andromeda is saying this was divinely orchestrated and it's time for you to take a rest. It's time for you to release the energy of giving, of doing, of trying, of attaining, because you've already done this. Now it's time that you fall back and receive. And when you receive this energy, it's going to be something that nurtures you in return, something that feels very magical, and something that you've been waiting for a very long time. I'm hearing, this is it. Okay. You have the 3 of Swords, you have the 5 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm seeing that you've been healing from something in the past where it felt like the rug was pulled out from underneath you, or you needed to put in a lot more effort than you were receiving back. There's this energy of kind of melancholy, feeling a little bit stagnant, feeling a little bit like you were forgotten about, or like you know what to do, it's just a lot of work, and you need to culminate the energy somewhere, somehow. There was friction. There was friction for a reason, and this was so that you could vibrationally attune yourself to where you want to be. This was Andromeda kind of pulling some strings so that you can see what flows and what doesn't. And in order to get you to awaken to this, they needed to pull the brakes while you were trying to go, creating that friction, and simultaneously hit the gas in certain areas where you feel aligned and you want to continue flowing, in order to emphasize to you what works and what doesn't, what flows with you, what doesn't, what's aligned and what's not. And anything that you so choose internally, apart from this, has been showing up in your life. You're being given an opportunity to create something next to somebody else, and this is a vision that can only be that needs to be connected in the spiritual realm before it can ground. They're showing me specifically this textile here, which is significant because when you weave a textile, or when you're knitting, or when you're creating some sort of cloth art like this, you need to be able to see what it is that you are creating, and every stitch needs to be perfect. Now, for example, you'll take this tan string and you'll go over and under and over and under, and you will weave it entirely, and then there will just be one orange stitch in the center, and that will end up being this entire pentacle. But notice that this has to do with teaching, this has to do with teamwork, this has to do with collaboration, with coordination, this has to do with family, as well as the Empress. And you have 333, meaning that it's time for these things not only to ground in your life, but to get the ball rolling. Now, there's also an indication here of conversation, communication, Gemini energy, a little bit of all or nothing energy, but this feels like it's tempering out with 333, because this does indicate not only activation and mastery, but it indicates taking action, the universe working in your favor. As well as with the Empress, this is a number of creation, 3 times, which is what? 9. And you have 3, 6, 9. This is the future in the present moment. You're starting to see now, instead of working towards your future, you're living in it. Instead of releasing the past, it's gone, but you're walking on top of it. But only with the particles that you've chosen to select to allow within your being, within your vessel, within your reality. And this is what Andromeda wants to speak with you about today. Andromeda is saying that you've gotten to the bottom of some very difficult things, that on the other side of them, there was more magic than you could currently fathom when you were walking through these energies. They're showing me the 8 with a Scorpio, Plutonic, transformational, okay? There is an energy here, they want me to literally say sex, death, transformation, okay? Scorpionic energy, something where you had to get stung in order for you to heal a wound, in order for you to learn how to heal a wound, in order for you to have a freshness where this wound once was. Because you can have totally normal area of life, but once you've healed something that had a wound in it, then what comes back? It's cellularly fresh. It is actually the freshest, most activated and healed and abundant part of you. It's the most activated part of you. Lots of white blood cells, lots of red blood cells, lots of beauty coming together, culminating, cellular activation, not just healing, but activation. And now you have this fresh area of life that has now turned into your magical powerhouse, which you're remembering from your childhood. And it's starting to move, it's starting to activate. And you're realizing that you've really been preparing yourself for something, some grand event, some grand magical event for a very long time. And you're starting to see this take shape in your outer world. Some of you might be feeling like rubbing your eyes. You might feel like you wake up one day and your realm is totally different. You might be looking around and noticing that little Mandela effect type things. Some people spell their name differently. Some faces are a little bit different, but they won't be anything right in front of you. It will be a friend of a friend, or something that's a little further removed. Something that wouldn't seem obvious, but is nevertheless present. If a tree falls, is anyone there to hear it? Well, a tree has fallen in your realm. You are noticing right now that there are some things that you merely just don't want to get to, and Andromeda is saying there's a reason for this too. Now, do show up with your due diligence. Do get done what you need to get done, but know that this will be the final time that you do this. So go into this with nostalgia, go into this with the energy of healing, give all that you have to it, and do it from the perspective of your inner child, whatever this is, because this will help to transmute the energy that was creating the friction in the first place. You will close out the cycle having transmuted this energy, and you can release it. We healed it, transmuted it, we release it, and this energy will ascend. You will no longer need to deal with this energy, unless you so choose to do so leisurely in the future, coming from a place of your inner child merely wanting to have some fun, which is a lot different than having an obligation or a duty that feels a little bit difficult, has you feel like you're chasing something that doesn't want to be caught, or feeling like you know exactly what to do but you don't have the time or the space or the resources or the energy. And Andromeda wants to remind you that you are magical. This realm is magical. If you ever find yourself getting caught up in doing things that you don't want to do, this will increase the amount of things you don't want to do in your life. Wherever attention goes, energy grows. You're aware of this, and now you are allowing your inner child to take you through this enjoy the process from a healed space, not only healed, but freshly activated. So it's a little more exciting. There's a little more energy moving here. And this swirl of energy is actually releasing all of this friction and allowing you to disperse it once and for all. And whatever blossoms from here, you're already aware is in your life. It's just waiting for a little bit of extra wiggle room and space for it to fully blossom. And it's already starting to grow like a flower through a sidewalk crack. But there's no more sidewalk. It's now fertile earth. And you're noticing right now that things are extra fertile right now. Your manifestation abilities, your ability to manifest things, to timeline leap, to cellularly and quantum adjust whatever it is internally or externally that you wish to see, to feel, to experience. Right now is your time to shine. We have 363. This is creation and activation through love, through daily love, through gratitude, through expansion, through showing up every single day, through putting the love in your exercise with the animals, with the plants, with your day-to-day life, with your body, your mind, your body, your spirit, all of these things. They're culminating together, and you're creating something new from this energy. And you're noticing the amount of preparation that has actually been going into whatever this is that's now appearing in your life. Now they're showing me the Empress, and she's gestating, but she looks pretty much done, right? So this is about to birth into your reality. I'm getting it's already here. You know that it's there, and you are just ready to, pardon the graphic depiction here, but you are ready to go into labor at any moment now. And in fact, this friction was part of the pain of the labor process. It just needed to be dispersed through your timeline so that it was a little bit less obvious as to what was coming in, even though you already knew what it was intuitively. But it is the magic and your energy work that allowed yourself to kind of disperse the friction and the pressure and the pain to little other tiny areas of life where it was a little bit more manageable. So that when you approach the situation, you've already dealt with most of the energy, and all that's left is the beauty, is the magic, is the wonder, is the happiness, is the ease and the flow. And now all that's left to do is nurture this, and of course get a little bit of rest. Hydrate yourself a little bit more. Make sure that your nutrients are on point. Make sure you're taking care of your physical vessel. And keep an eye out on the moon phases. Getting something significant will happen to you around the next full moon lunar eclipse, okay? Whenever that may be. Also, somebody needs to hydrate their elbows or moisturize their elbows. I don't know why it's coming out. They're showing me somebody putting in a little bit of extra elbow grease to make sure something's a little bit, they're saying, leak proof, watertight, okay? Sealed, extra tight. You've sealed your aura, okay? And you've put a little bit of extra elbow grease into preparing for whatever this is. Now, they're showing me the nesting is complete with the Four of Swords. The nesting is complete. And now, hydrate, take care of yourself, rest, put yourself down, okay? Moisturize your elbows, do your skincare, take care of yourself, and rest. Don't do things for the sake of doing things. Yes, work for the sake of work is good. Karma yoga, yes. However, also, jnana yoga. When we do this is tapping into the knowledge, into the wisdom, utilizing what we know to work smarter, not harder, maneuvering our way through karma. And as you work, as you release, as you cleanse, you're noticing simultaneously that what was once difficult is now easy, and it's now enjoyable. Not only is it enjoyable, but it's fun and you want to be there, and on top of that, you never have to deal with it again. So, this is a really beautiful energy. We have 5 and 3, we have 3 and 5, we have 88. This is going to lead you towards material abundance in your material realm, and all the way within you, Scorpio. Getting to the bottom of things, externally permeating it. Creating an endless cycle, something that is infinite, is going to be showing up in your life permanently in abundance. When it comes to things that are shared, when it comes to your material abundance, when it comes to experiencing the blessings after a long period of lessons, when it comes to experiencing things such as sensuality and rebirth and transformation, but not in a way that is allowing you to tap into the subtle realms in a difficult way, but in a way that lets you fully tap into your emotional body in a way that feels beautiful and miraculous and magical through your emotional body, the subtle body, the energy realm. We have 4 and 3 here with swords, indicating 7 of swords, which can indicate deception. But 7, if we're looking at the positive energy, this is releasing something from your life so that it no longer has the power to hurt anything or anyone else. As we know, 7 of swords depicts somebody picking up weapons off of a battlefield, which some people might see as deception, and other people might see as somebody taking the weapons away from a battlefield so nobody can harm anybody ever again. And this is happening unbeknownst to everybody else. There is some sort of divine connection, divine orchestration that's been working through your life. 7, balance, Libra, divine perfection. Yes, divine intervention with swords, communication, mental intellectual stimulation, some sort of connectivity here where everything is being connected in a beautiful way, in a way where it's a healed energy meeting a healed energy, an enlightened energy meeting an enlightened energy. And Queen of Wands, a little bit of magic. I'm hearing every little thing she does is magic. With the 3 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. We have Wands and Pentacles, fire and earth. This is what? This is Pitta and Kapha. Interesting. These are 2 elements that don't connect other than through water. This is going to lead to, with, again, 5 and 3, another 8, which I didn't even notice, 888, okay. This is going to lead to emotional fulfillment in a way that lasts forever. This is Ananda. This is bliss. This is tapping into the Panchakoshas. This is allowing yourself, notice everything that's come up so far. We have your physical body, your emotional body, or the subtle body. You have your knowledge body, your wisdom body, Ananda, your bliss body. Okay? And this is an energy that you permeated from within, and you are noticing quantum effects in everything. And as this happens, and you activate your Taurus of your energy vessel, you're bringing all of this energy back within, and you're feeling that bliss, clean, pure, cleansed, healed, ascended within yourself in a way that is permanent, in a way that is connected to source, in a way that is refracted and malleable and beautiful and flows and allows you to create this never-ending flow of bliss within. With the middle world, this is indicating, especially with all these 8s coming out, that this is going to be something that is highly, highly tangible. Something that is going to land in your material realm, in the middle world, something that is going to connect you to animals or allow you to get another plant or allow you to have a beautiful connection. We do have connection coming up here with swords, with happy expression, communication, 7, the crown chakra, something that your faith led you through and then back to. And we do have 3 and 5 coming out here, yet another 8, and we have cups and pentacles, which is what? This is Kapha energy. This is cold. This is slow. This is the energy of rest. The energy of rest, the energy of mud, but in a happy way. This is going to be detoxifying. It's going to allow you to rest. You're going to feel at peace, at rest. And Andromeda wants to come through to let you know that something that you have been trying to create for so long, something that you have been doing, you hit the marker. You hit some sort of milestone. You succeeded. You achieved something vibrationally. And it caused this mass explosion throughout your physical realm. So allow this energy to permeate externally and allow yourself to sit back, relax. I'm hearing stop and stare. I think I'm moving, but I go nowhere. Okay? You have been pressing through this energy, this 4 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, and again the 5 of Cups. And what you've really been doing is making way. I'm hearing prepare ye the way of the Lord. Okay, you've been preparing for this new energy to ground in your physical realm. You're stepping into a future that you know what it looks like because you're manifesting it, you're selecting it. They're showing me a rainforest, so that can be significant for some of you. But Andromeda wants you to know that it's time that you take more creative liberty in your life because you now have more space to do so. Because you've released some of this densely packed energy, you've released almost all of this densely packed energy, and what you've replaced it with is a larger quantity of happiness, a larger quantity of light, of abundance, of beauty. As we know, slow energies like Kapha, when it's in its shadow attribute, it can be stuck, it can get sticky, and fewer particles of denser energies are packed together in the same space. But when it's flowing, when it's happy, when you're doing all of this work and the dust gets shuffled up from the bottom, you notice that as you cleanse this out, you have more energy to magnetize a higher quantity of lighter packed particles in the same space, which is your vessel. And now you step back into Kapha, but in a sense where you finally get to rest. You finally get to be. You finally get to slow down. Again, hydrate yourself a little bit more. Stay ahead. Don't catch up. You know what I mean? Now, Andromeda wants you to know that they are with you, they're guiding you, they love you, they're protecting you at all times, and they've walked you through a little bit more than you even like to notice right now. And the energy behind this is that they have been guiding you, they have been guiding others, and whatever this is that you're about to come into contact with, come into connection with, whatever this is that's grounding in your life, you've been led towards it and it you. There's also an energy coming out here where everything finally seems, everything that's not what it seems finally is. It exactly is what it seems. No more, no less. And you did the work and you're able to identify it. There is nothing but love in the situation and gratitude. Hard work has been done. You know why you achieve it. You see the pattern between the past, the present, the future. Everything makes perfect sense. All the energy is alchemized and you finally get to rest. And on the 7th day, he rested. Okay, group number 1, that was your channeled message from Andromeda. What a reading. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Namaste. Hi there, group number 2. Namaste, and welcome to your channeled message from Andromeda. Today you selected the second group with the completion card and the number 9. Look at this beautiful Eurobro on this card, and it's all rainbow. You've completed a significant cycle in your life. This might be an awakening or an ascension process, and Andromeda is asking to draw attention to a time in your life where you felt fully completed. You were exactly where you wanted to be, exactly when you wanted to be, because you said so. They're saying this is something where you worked really hard to get here, and it was one of the proudest moments of your life. And not pride as far as like ego pride, but pride as far as feeling content, feeling like you made it, whatever that means for you, feeling like all is well, that a long journey came to an end and it led you towards this beautiful experience. And they would like you to think about this experience for a while, and not the result of this experience, not anything that came from the experience, no physical possession, no connection or anything like this. They want you to think about how you felt in that moment. And they'd like you to implement some of that into your life now. Andromeda is saying that you have worked so very hard to compromise some of your desires, your manifestations, some of your wishes to the universe. And there are some of the things that you worked for or you put aside in order to allow yourself to ascend first, to raise your vibration, to do the internal work. And Andromeda is saying this does not go unseen. Don't think this goes unseen. Andromeda wants to let you know that their collective feels particularly protective over you, group 2. They feel like your guardian angel, your guardian collective. They want you to feel free again, however it is that you resonate with that. They want you to let life surprise you. There's this energy where wherever this drew you to, this time in your life where you were feeling completed and blissful and very satisfied with where you were at in life, this moment that you want to drink up and hold in your memory and your heart so fondly. Remember the way your energy was balanced. Remember how it felt to be on the receiving end, knowing that you deserved to experience what you were experiencing, and knowing that it was in the current moment, and that your eyes were just wide open, accepting the present moment as infinite and fleeting as it was. They're drawing attention to direction. There might be some sort of geographical location that's coming up for you right now. Maybe some of you want to move, or some of you want to travel, or maybe some of you are looking for direction in life when it comes to your next steps. There's this energy of many things being close, but nothing quite hitting the nail on the head, or many opportunities coming to do some of the things that you want to do, but the situation just not being quite right. This energy of, is this really all that the universe has to work with me with? And Andromeda is saying no. Andromeda is saying that if you say you have a ride, okay, someone's going to pick you up on an Uber to take you to your destination, this destination being your dream life, the next chapter of your life, and you are not confident that your Uber is going to get there because you pushed the button, you spent the money, you're watching the little guy drive to you on your phone, on your map. They're saying that there is a system like this that is currently going on in your life, and they don't want you to get discouraged about it. They want you to be patient. They want you to track your manifestation using the signs and synchronicities coming to you, and they want you to fall into receiving and try to vibrate similarly, not the same, because you've healed and ascended a lot since this period of time, but when it comes to being in the energy of receiving, knowing that you deserve the positive experience that's coming your way, not that you have to work harder for it, not that you have to strive harder for it or change anything or swap directions or anything like this. Know that you're at the right place at the right time. The universe got your signal. You ordered your Uber. It's on its way to take you to your destination. have faith and trust. And they're saying pixie dust. Now, Andromeda is saying that there is something that you hold to your heart very closely. This can be a particular person, a situation, this can be an aspiration of yours. But there is an energy. You might not even have a name or a face or a label or an idea on this. You just know what it feels like. And for others of you, you have something specific in mind and you want to know what it feels like. But I'm getting for most of you, it's a feeling. And they're saying that this has been locked within you while you complete your cycle. And the fact that you have healed and released and you've ascended and you've completed all of these journeys in order to raise your vibration and get to where you're going, and you've maintained this desire, this wish in your heart, you've carried this with you the entire way, the entire journey. And so now they're showing me this Urobro completing its cycle and then ascending and like blossoming open, and this energy lifting up almost like a water fountain, like a blossoming flower with this heart being a fountain coming out of it. You're creating a different dimension now of whatever this energy is. And notice that we have north, south, east, and west on this card, but the directions that are not attributed to are the three-dimensional ones, such as forward and backwards and diagonal. They're showing me like a neutron or an atom. They're showing me this Merkaba here. They're saying there's one direction that you weren't looking. There's another dimension that is added to this. When this manifestation of yours comes, when this desire of yours enters into your life, when you are being given the opportunity to step into this new chapter of life, trust that there is more to it than meets the eye, and it's going to feel better than you expected because it's more multi-dimensional than you would have guessed. Whatever your checklist was for this energy, if you had a particular checklist on a manifestation of things that you wanted, or a particular vision in mind, or a feeling, and you notice things popping up that are just not quite what you wanted, but maybe close enough, you're being called to know that you've completed this journey. Andromeda wants you to know that they've completed preparing your manifestation, you've completed preparing for this, and this is now on its way to you. And it's just about at your door, but they want you to be in that knowing and expectant receiving energy. When you see that your Uber is a block away and it's coming to pick you up, when you see that taxi cab is on its way, you just know that they're going to pick you up because you already did the work. You exchanged your currency. You put in the location. You've been following it on the map. You've been getting the signs. You've been getting the synchronicities. You know you've been being watched by the universe. You've been on your best behavior. You did the internal work. You did the external work. You did all the preparation required. Now it's time that you experience freedom. Freedom, group 2. And you are being asked to release and let go a little bit. Some of you, this might entail relaxing or saying no to some things that you would normally feel obligated to say yes to. For others of you, this is allowing yourself to dive into pleasure, into impulse. For others of you, this is travel. For some of you, this is, I'm hearing being nomadic or learning a new language with number 9 here. Exploring religions or theologies, philosophies, anything that has to do with Sagittarian energy. You're being given an opportunity to break free. I'm hearing the song Get Free by the Fines. I don't know if that's significant for any of you. You are being asked to fold, like in poker, when you put your cards down and you just surrender. You're being asked to fold to the universe and trust that the universe will unfold and present you with what it is that you're desiring. You've done the internal work, you've alchemized everything, but there's the energy of faith, of seeing the signs and listening and knowing that those signs are what they say they are. Putting 2 and 2 together and knowing that it equals 4, because you've done the proof enough times, because you've completed the lessons, you've completed the journey now. You ate your meal and now it's time for the dessert. You finished the semester, now it's time for vacation. Gonna get into your tarot cards. Andromeda. Channeled messages, please, for group number 2 from Andromeda, the Andromedan Collective. There's an art form that you do, group number 2, that you put on the back burner or you don't always get to. And they're saying you don't have to go crazy, but try to pre-prioritize this again because of the way that you feel when you're doing this. For some of you, you can just get lost into the universe, into the feeling, the empathy of a canvas, of paint, of a sketch. Get lost in ballet or yoga, or they're specifying that it's art. Get lost in the music and get lost in your keyboard, your guitar. You get the point. There's something that you put on the back burner and you keep it close to your chest because you feel like you're not free enough. You're still waiting for the time. You're waiting for the future. You're waiting for this, okay, it's safe now. Okay, you've done enough. You've worked hard enough. You've gotten good enough. You've trained enough. You've worked hard enough. You have enough time and resources and energy and money. No. Andromeda wants you to fly again. They want you to dance again. They want you to sing again. They want you to pick up that dusty instrument in your closet. They want you to brush off your paint brushes. Ace of Wands, 2 of Wands, the Fool. They want you to have a little bit more faith. And they're saying that your entire foundation has been built on faith that today would come. But now it is today. And there's almost this energy of not knowing if you can believe it or not because you've been waiting for this day for so long that other times that you thought something would come in, or other times that you experienced a lesson and you thought it would be your blessing, other times you thought you had worked hard enough, or times that you thought that you had been through enough that it would be fair. Now, finally, Andromeda is saying they see you and they hold very, very vast and deep compassion for you. I want you to know this is the time. This is the time that your manifestation comes in. You have really closed out the circle. Look, we have 2 Eurobros in your reading. That is so rare. 2 Eurobros. You finished an ascension journey. You have manifested the life of your dreams. And now, instead of living your life is kind of living you. And you're waiting for a time that you're free. And Andromeda is saying, the only moment that exists is right now. And you have done the work. The karma has been broken. Justice. The karma has been broken and you're still waiting for tomorrow. And they see that this hurts. They see that you've been hurt in the past by this energy, maybe this art form, by this opportunity. Maybe you want to travel and you've just been fighting tooth and nail to keep a roof over your head as opposed to traveling the world. Maybe you really love to dance, but you got a really bad injury and now every time you do it, it hurts you physically or emotionally. We have 4 of Cups and the King of Wands. We have Death and Rebirth. We also have 3 of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 7 of Swords with the 4 of Wands. If you allow yourself to dive into this happiness, this bliss, this passion, first of all, today is the day to start. Whether it's big or small or little, don't show up at the canvas and stare at it and start crying, okay? Get your paints out, show up, paint as if nothing ever happened. Or you can alchemize that and turn it into art, whatever it is. Now, I see here that there are some desires of yours. There's a way that your life used to look, and you know you're not supposed to want the past. And you've kind of just been moving forward and accepting that something is over. And you've also just kind of been allowing yourself to listen to others, to be there for others. You've completed your journey, so now you're helping others complete their journey. And there's kind of this energy of, when does it come back around to you? And this is where they're drawing you back to this one memory of yours, and to the Uber analogy. When you know that you've done enough work, but you believe it too, it's enough that you have enough faith to release and relax, and let it be known that you've closed this cycle. Don't be afraid, don't be shy about it, don't be humble about it. You closed this cycle, and you know how much work it takes. You know how much work it takes because you did it, and you look around and you see people terrified to do it. You see people projecting and making up excuses why not to do it. You look around and you see you see exactly the opposite of what you are, and that is the mirror reflection you've been seeing. And you're supposed to stand out in this sense so that you can come together with what does resonate with you internally and come externally. Now, there's a feeling of maybe wanting to take this slow. There's a feeling of wanting to maybe go a little bit crazy and have a little bit of fun. Maybe you've always wanted to go to a specific, concert or festival, or travel to a particular country, or learn a certain language, or take a certain class, and it's just hasn't been working out for you, and you're feeling a little bit like you did the work, so where's the result? And not in a sense where you're not being patient, it's where you've been so patient for so long that you almost just give up. And you've been pushed to this point of surrender for so long that you almost just accepted the fact that something was over, or you accepted the fact that something was a pipe dream, or that you just needed to totally stop dreaming about the future so that you can explore and rebirth and just say, well, there must be a new version of you to grow into then that doesn't want all these things. And you're being asked to receive this confirmation from Andromeda. You have done the work. You deserve to allow life to be painted by you and to look the way you want it to look. You deserve to paint life and let life paint you. You deserve to explore and to expand, not just by doing the hard work, but by allowing yourself to receive that as well. Not only to serve, but to be served. And it's beautiful. They're saying that you are such a being of service to others, but you also need to allow yourself to be served as well. There is an indication here that every time you open yourself up, you seem to get the short end of the stick, or you open yourself up to somebody and they use it against you. You share a resource with somebody and they steal all that you have. You do so much work and give the reward to someone else, or someone else just takes it, or you share it with somebody and they don't give you the accolades that you deserve. You don't get the acknowledgement that you deserve for doing the work that you did. This can look like people stealing from you, people copying you, people saying that your ideas are their own. This can be you feeling like it's time to start that hobby again, and as soon as you pick up that paintbrush, you break your finger. Like, just things where life has just not been easy for you. And people don't see this because of your determination to keep going. But it's time that you step into this future now. And I know they're saying they know it sounds easier said than done, but it's because now it's finally time. Because before, you felt the passion and you felt the inspiration and you felt the desire and you felt the love and you were doing the work and you wanted it because you were doing the work. And now the difference is that you've done the work. The difference is that you're able to look at this from an external perspective, having done the work already. And they're showing me you being face to face with someone else who has done the same. And this creating a portal. This can be an angel, spirit, guide, ancestor, friend, loved one, family member, someone in your same community, something like this. And as you open up a new chapter, you were meant to be served in this way. And you love being of service, but you have to sit down and enjoy and relax and rest. And rest is not something that you earn. Rest is something that is a birthright. Luxury is something that you earn. Abundance is something that both you earn and is a birthright. And you've done the work. Allow yourself vibrationally to separate the energies of giving and receiving from one another. Because it's true that in giving we receive, but you've been giving and giving and giving and giving and receiving next to nothing. And what you have been receiving has not been pleasant or indicative of who and what you actually are. So our mind creates our reality, and our external world is a reflection of our internal state. But you are so beautiful internally, and you do all this hard work, But you give away your internal beauty to everyone because you're of service. And what you receive is the opposite of what you are, because you give out the beauty within you. So allow this to come back to yourself. Live your own dreams. Get a little wild, celebrate a little bit, have some fun, be sporadic. Let yourself act out in a beautiful way, not in a detrimental way. You have completed this cycle, you've completed this chapter, and as you're searching for direction, there's this one thing that shows up in your heart space that feels too good to be true, or feels like everybody else gets it, but you don't, or you know that it's out there, but every time you think it's time, it just isn't time, so it must never really be time. Andromeda wants you to take the reins on this. Don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Don't be afraid to fly and sprint out of your comfort zone, or just to dip your toe out of it to see how it feels. But either way, receive. Affirm to the universe, I am ready to receive. I am worthy of receiving. It is time that I receive now, and I know that I'm ready. Take a deep breath and look at all that you are and all that you've given and all that you do, and see how beautiful you are. And allow this to be reflected back at you. If you make a million beautiful drawings and then you give them away to everyone, and you never look at your drawings, you never have an opportunity to appreciate your own art. If you only spend the money that you make from your drawings on more supplies to give more art to more people, then how are you going to get inspired for your next creative piece? For you, not so that you can give more to others. For you. Because of your why. Let yourself set boundaries with the universe. Don't be afraid to go there. Don't demand, don't nitpick, don't do anything overtly controlling. But take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And look at a golden space between your eyebrows, looking gently upward at it, and tell yourself, it's time now. I'm ready, and it's time now. Because you've done the work. You've rebirthed yourself. You've completed so many difficult cycles, experiencing almost nothing but lack, walking through this, but you are cultivating abundance internally and giving to others every opportunity you got, because you know what it's like to walk through lack. So let yourself paint your life. Let yourself sing again, dance again, paint again. Let yourself fall in love again. Let yourself travel again. Andromeda wants you to enjoy your body, enjoy the pleasures that go along with experiencing emotions and having a thought process and a body and feet to frolic on this tiny little rock. You can go anywhere that you like. Allow yourself to go to Bonnaroo and go on an adventure to see lions in the wild, and go to that crystal shop and get inspired by life. Not for others, not even for your craft. Not training to be better, but getting inspired to do something new, something fun, even if it is something old in a new way. Every moment is fresh, every moment is new, and Andromeda wants to remind you how beautiful you are. If you look around you, and you probably don't see much of this, because you've given it all away. So look at the people in your life Look at the situations in your life. Look what you've built. Look what you've learned. Look what you've grown. Look who you've helped and how you've helped them. Look at the plants and the animals and the people. Look at all that you've done. Look at all of those steps that you took to make the world a better place than you found it. That beauty that you see when you look at the sunset, that beauty that you see when you see somebody who's recycling, that beauty that you see in that adorable little puppy getting pushed in a stroller, that is you. That beauty, that abundance, that freedom, that's you. That's all you. Your life is about to become exactly who you are on the inside. And you're being challenged now, Group 2, to stop moving, stop acting, stop working. Fall back and have faith and receive, and have faith that you're going to have opportunity to celebrate. You're going to have appropriate communities who are grateful for you and they see you for who and what you are. You're going to fall in love with life, fall in love with yourself. You're going to take the next step forward. And it's going to be bolder than you've ever imagined. But let yourself imagine. Andromeda wants to remind you what a miracle it is that you're here in the first place. And they want you to recognize all of the miracles you've bestowed upon others while you've been here. So, Andromeda is saying, let us bless you with a miracle, or 5 or 12, because if anybody deserves it, Group 2, it's you. Everything that you see that fills your heart up with joy, everything that you see that makes you so happy you could cry, every time you tell your friends or a loved one or a peer that you love them, that you're grateful for them, every time you see a cute puppy, every time you feel something beautiful, that's a reflection of yourself, and you're identifying something within yourself that is there, that's present. And when you're reflected back with something that doesn't represent yourself, it's exactly the opposite of you. Allow yourself to hit the brakes and know that you're done. You've done enough work. Let yourself fall back and receive. Let yourself enjoy your life. Fall in love with being alive while you are. Sometimes it is the little things, and it's great that you've learned how to be grateful for them. But the universe has prepared for you quite a few big things, and the only thing they ask of you is to be bold enough to embrace them with open arms when they show up at your doorstep with your name written all over it. It's time that you experience the type of freedom that you tasted that one time. It's time that you experience what it is that you want to experience, not what you feel like you're obligated to experience. You've done enough of that. It's time to let go. It's okay. It's your turn now. Okay, group number 2. This was your channeled message from Andromeda. I really hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Namaste. Hi there, group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your channeled message from Andromeda. So, you selected the 3rd group, and the card you chose was the Crow with number 13. There are some things that are shifting within and around you, but mostly within you right now. You are noticing that you're between paradigms at this current moment, and with the Crow, this indicates that you are tapping into fuller potential, your fullest potential, and you might be trying to reacclimate to some of the current situations you find yourself in. I'm hearing spontaneous awakening, so some of you may have recently gone through a larger awakening, or some of you might be remembering different aspects of your being that you're having a difficult time integrating into the world where you're currently placed. Now, number 13 is a reminder that you are the one that orchestrated this to occur at this precise moment. So there's an indication here that you already set things up to work in your best interest, and that you are being given a gift of realization, a gift of opportunity to be able to walk, I'm hearing, an old paradigm with a new vessel or a new understanding, as well as a new paradigm with a new understanding simultaneously. Now, this is something that will be both fun and expensive for you. And they're showing me the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off, so that can be significant for you, or just that storyline in general can be significant. Andromeda wants you to realize, to recognize right now, that there is an area of your soul, albeit your life, but deeper than this, there is an energy within your soul that is transcending duality. And in order for this to be the case, it must fully welcome both. So, you're being called right now to look at what may present itself as a paradigm shift, an internal conflict, a hot-cold situation, or to look at something where there are two directly conflicting parts of yourself and identify that you are meant to not only acknowledge and embrace them both, but rise above both. Because there is beyond duality, and beyond this dualistic paradigm that you are breaking free from, you're creating space in the center, knowing that everything is the way that it should be and that you are the creator that set this into place. There is an indication that there is another energy that you're bouncing off of for reference, whether this be a good book, a spirit guide of yours, a friend, a leader, a guru, something like this. And they're saying that this energy is, they do have your best interest at heart, and it is in your highest interest to continue following this guiding light, although you will notice differences between one opinion and the other. There is an important signification that you are stumbling onto that is going to open you up to a greater part of your life's path. This is greater than your life. This is your soul's intention beyond this body. There is a part of you that you are expanding into that you feel the need to express, but you might not find exactly where you are meant to express this energy. You might not notice when you look around you that the proper environment exists to express this in a way that is healthy or not self-sacrificing, or alternatively, one that is conducive to growth in a healthy version of this energy in general, or it might not be present at all, depending on your situation. Andromeda is working very closely with the goddess, the Fate, right now. The Fates, the three Fate, a triple goddess, an expansion beyond duality. We have 1 and 3. This is the combination of the 3 parts of yourself, beyond the 2 that we are meant to look at. We are, however, the external experiencer of this dualistic realm, indicating that there is something beyond. Anything that you can have an external perspective on, anything that you can fathom, means that there's something larger. Never forget this. Andromeda would like you to know that you might be experiencing some random pains and shifts right now. You might be noticing people who are quite unlucky, who are trying to flock towards you at this time because they see that you are about to expand. You might be noticing others who are lost in direction flocking towards you as well right now because they see that you do not lack direction. Although this might not be what you're experiencing right now, but internally you know it's the truth. If you're noticing any type of manifestations in your mind, body, and spirit that align with these energies, trust that this is just your physical vessel attempting to process this. Andromeda would like for you to tap into your 16-strand DNA, multidimensionally if you have access to it, if not 14, crystalline. They're working with other collectives to help you to anchor the majority of your consciousness in other realms where it will be more acceptable, approachable, and realistic for you to be expressing these energies. There is a part of you that you have completed the cycle on, and there's an indication of wanting to come to a full, complete stop. There's an opportunity for you now to rest, to play, to be bored, or to fall off the face of the earth, to go off grid for a little bit. Allow this to manifest however you so choose, but do know that on the other side of this, there is more action that will be required of you. Know right now that things are slowing down for a reason, and instead of following obligation, follow your higher knowing. You're being reflected right now, not what you are, but exactly the opposite of that, which is challenging, as we are taught that everything is a mirror reflection of oneself. In the fourth dimension, this is true. In the fifth dimension, we question this. And higher beyond this, you're able to understand that there is a part of you in a physical manifestation, in a place where there are external expressions of things that inherently cannot be you. And that is where we come back full circle. Your mind does create your reality. You are quantum shifting your own reality. However, you're currently being given an opportunity to experience your full power, your fullness, to become confident, and to experience the magic that always has been within you in a way that is uncomfortable to express in this realm. You are aware that you might feel like a fish out of water for a reason, and you are aware of what these reasons are. You are aware of the injustices in the realm, and you are also aware that what seems to be unjust really isn't, and on a grander scale there is a spiritual warfare going on between dualistic aspects. You are also aware that this is relative and there is larger than this. Looking at this from a lower perspective, you want to do as much as you can to help as many people as you can. And that is how you know your heart is pure. Looking at this from a higher perspective, there are no accidents, and everything works itself out, and whatever happens to this realm is entirely unrelated to your soul, its journey, where it comes from, and where it's going. You're merely here as an experiencer, as a witness, as an observer. Andromeda is noticing conflicting aspects between these two things, and you are to allow yourself to stand in the fullness of your power and trust that your internal guidance will lead the way right now. You might be feeling called towards connecting with the earth, doing things such as fasting, going on a retreat, spending some days out in nature, dabbling in plant medicine, or something along these lines. You're being called to work with the earth, with the internal being of the earth. The internal being of the earth meaning eighth dimensional Gaia, the being, the consciousness, who is manifest as third, fourth, and fifth dimensional earth. You have activated the 12-strand DNAs of some beings around you recently, consciously, and Andromeda would like to thank you for this, as this was not part of your job, but you decided to do it anyway. However, it is in the best interest of the realm, and Gaia has a gift for you in order to express your personal helping her through hardship. The being of Gaia holds a close place to your heart, the heart of your highest self, the heart of your soul. And Andromeda wants you to remember not only who you are, but who you've fallen in love with in the past. This can be romantically, this doesn't have to be romantically, this can be in this incarnation, this doesn't have to be just in this incarnation. I'm being shown the being of Gaia, the being of Tiamat. I'm being shown the being of Andromeda. And through this, you're being asked to reassess your journey, to backtrack your journey, and notice the synchronicities beyond the synchronicities. Remember the overlaying realities of these journeys, of these people, places, things you've fallen in love with. Unconditionally. Allow yourself to release restriction. There's an energy here about feeling the need to be better all the time while being pulled in two different directions. this will be the antithesis of what you're looking for. If you go internally, you'll be able to expand externally in a larger way. There's something uncomfortable that you're being asked to look at for one last final time. This is not from this incarnation, which is why when you tap into it, it feels like something that has no place. It feels like it has no place manifesting itself in this realm. There has not been a place previously for this energy. You are meant to seed this energy into this realm. This might feel like the opposite of what you want to do, but you brought it here for a reason. This is what you're exploring, and this is what you're experiencing. Andromeda wants you to continue following that guiding light, but also know that it is not the end-all be-all. You are very much aware of the higher plan, the higher stakes, and the higher relativity that's going on here. You've recently opened up to some new spiritual or psychic abilities, and do not press yourself to have mastered them immediately right now. Know that you've mastered them before, you will master them again, and you are right now where you're meant to be. And that ease about this energy will happen on the other side of yourself seeding this energy into the realm. This is not going to be something that you initially deem as comfortable before you tap into it, but once you are there, you will remember the other times you've walked through this energy, and it will not be uncomfortable at all for you. There is merely fear of approaching it, discomfort about approaching it, but once it is approached, you will remember that this too is an energy that you have once fallen in love with. There's this energy relating to this that you wish to keep close to your chest. You are being called currently to follow your guidance and know that this part of your journey is meant to be solo. While this might be for a few days, a few months, a few hours even, whatever expression of this energy is, this process is meant to occur alone. You will notice a shift in your external realm, in the people around you, in the way that you're treated, but you are also recognizing that this is not a shift in those beings around you. This is a shift within you that is allowing you to identify and see these energies through a clearer perspective. You are able to more clearly see these intentions, and you are able to set yourself free. There's an energy of allowing yourself to free yourself before you get caught up. Do not mind the opinions of others at this time, for they are either uneducated, unevolved, or consciously placed there in order to challenge this new perspective of yours. You are headed in the right direction, and you are being called to apply more regimen in a particular area of your life, but you are being asked before approaching this energy not to be strict in one way or another, because as you approach this energy that is culminating internally, that is not from this life, you're going to allow yourself to find the correct path, find much ease with this, know exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, open up these new gifts, and things will flow much more easily. Things were flowing, and you noticed a bit of stagnation, a bit of friction, and then they stopped. This happened very consciously on your end, from your consciousness, because it's now time that you unlock this part of your being. As you unlock this is something that only you can do for yourself. Do not look externally for the answers. Do not look externally for understanding. All comes from within, and you will already know. This will grant you a new perspective on the realm, and things will be easier than they were before when you were considering them easy. You'll be very grateful for having crossed this energy, and this will be something that you remember and are grateful for the rest of your life. There is a version of your future self that you have tapped into before, that Andromeda is very connected with. And the difference between you and they is that they walked through this. It is now your turn to be initiated through this energy. Andromeda will like to hold your hand and hold the top of your vibration, if you so allow, in order to maintain a crystalline construct while you walk through this energy, in order to help make your life a bit easier when you return from your internal journey. Andromeda is showing up at this time to remind you of the magic that is within, and to remind you of the possibilities of everything. Andromeda has been guiding you for a while, but from behind the scenes, from behind you. They have been following your lead in certain aspects, and they have been keeping an eye on you and others. And Andromeda would like for you to know that you are almost not going to be alone anymore. But there is one thing that must occur, that was always meant to occur and is about to occur. So as you notice hot and cold and left and right and dualistic aspects approaching your freedom, your humanitarianism, your individuality, and your philosophies, do know that this was meant to happen. Do know that you are a master of the result of these energies already, and do know that you have initiated in this lifetime to walk through this, something that would not have needed to occur if you were not grounded in this realm, which is why Andromeda is here to assist you, to help you out, and to also be a guiding light for you. You are extra protected at this time, and you know exactly by who. Allow this to be the case if you feel the need to go internally or to leave the city or society or your town or something like this right now. It is encouraged that you find a sanctuary, a safe space, a place where you can... They're showing me a werewolf transforming at night, and how it locks itself in a cave, okay? In order to grow into a werewolf and then go back into a human. There is a process that you are initiating into that needs to rear its ugly head. It will not be ugly once you approach it. In fact, it will be magical and beautiful, and you will already know what to do with this energy, as this is the one and only time you will need to actually initiate into this energy. Do know that when it comes to your highest vibration, your soul, this energy is more so your comfort zone than the lack thereof you're experiencing now, and this is what you're cracking open to. Be aware that there are energies around you that wish to see you fail, and that there are energies around you that are protecting you. Right now you are being called to zone everything out, go within, and trust that everything externally is being protected and balanced on your behalf. You're normally on the front lines of this fight as others are initiated into their truths. It is now your turn. Allow yourself to fall back and allow others to pick up some of the slack that you've been carrying. It is fair, it does balance out. Things will be a lot easier on the other side of this. There will be a great decision that you will be called to make on the other side. We do not wish to speak too much about this because you already know what this is, and you have reason to believe otherwise. This is part of this internal assessment that is currently going on. You are much more than you are currently allowing yourself to believe, even though internally you're aware of that. Allow yourself to release this and culminate the fullness of your being into the present moment and reawaken into your vessel, reborn, and things will flow a lot easier. You will be opening up to several new gifts or an expansion of those that you do have. Something that you've recently opened up to will be easily accessible to you on the other side of this. And while this feels like a solo journey that belongs to your sovereign soul, this process is not yours alone. The result of it, however, will be. So be confident facing this transformation. Go within, minding not what is occurring in the external realm at this time, and find that space of connectivity. You will feel reawakened, reborn after this. And this will mark a very significant beginning of a new chapter of the rest of your life. There's one more thing we wish to draw your attention to. And this is who you inherently are. While this is not changing, it is expanding. Don't forget that all that you have been, all that you will be, all that you simultaneously are, is also on a growth, evolution, and ascension journey. As this version of you evolves, your vessel and your current awareness and consciousness evolve. These two are tied together in your particular case. And it's time that the highest being of you evolves. And as this happens, it is very uncomfortable for your physical vessel. Allow yourself to get shaken up. Allow yourself to walk this path. Let your body have the reactions that it will have. And follow your intuition about who and what is protecting you, who and what to connect with, who and what to practice and not practice at this time. And again, 8th dimensional Gaia would like to tune in with you and offer you her support through this process. This was divinely guided, and once you close out this chapter, everything will look very differently. Don't forget to say goodbye before you go internally. You will be having a significant ending, and you will be changing realities internally and externally. Okay, group number 3. Wow, what a message. That was your channeled message from Andromeda. I hope this helps shed love, light, and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful realm. Namaste.